Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am doing Belinda's. I've just started on this. I thought I would have had Sue's finished. It is finished now. And I've got it all packed up ready to send it to the go to the post office with it. But I was in the middle of sewing that up yesterday, and you know when you get visitors and you don't want them. My neighbour, she come along and she says, "Hey Sheila, I'm having an awful lot of trouble with this pattern." She says, "Can you help me? And I think I've done something wrong with my knitting, and can you put it right?" And I've got a knot in that wool there somewhere. Can you put it right for me? So this friend is one of those friends, you know, when she comes in, you kind of get rid of her. So it was about 3 o'clock, I think it was. And she came in, I had a look at her pattern, told her what she was doing wrong and where she had gone wrong on the pattern. And I put it right for her. And I told her what else she had to do to keep it right. And you know, and she says she noticed because we were in the living room. And she says, "Hey, where's all your stuff gone?" Where, because she hasn't been into my house since I used the room upstairs as my work room. And she noticed my computer, because my computer was always on the coffee table in the living room. And there was bags of wool here, there and everywhere, and she noticed. So I told her I had changed one of the bedrooms into a workroom, and I've got everything up there. I says, "Keep my living room tidy for when I have visitors." "Oh, can I have a look?" So she come upstairs, brought her upstairs. She was looking, she said, "All that wool? How on earth do you afford to buy all that?" "I didn't buy it." I says, "A lot of my subscribers send wool to me." I says, "I bought some of it." "Oh, I know where to come if I need any wool." I says, "You're not getting any of it." So anyway, I had a bit chat, and she was having a look at everything I was knitting, and the time was going on, as half an hour had gone past, and we went back downstairs again, and she went in my kitchen and put the kettle on. I never put the kettle on, she put the kettle on. So we'll have a cup of tea, and I'm saying to her, "I'm going to bingo tonight." She said, "Oh, but you don't go left at 6:30 because I've seen your car when you go out." "Oh, God." You know, it was 5:30 before I got rid of her. I had to make something quick. I just made myself a cheese toasty thing for my tea, and sort myself out what I was going to wear and everything before I went out. I think I need a camera on my door, you know, one of those ones where nobody knows where I am now, because even if at night time there's never a light on downstairs in my living room because I'm upstairs in this room all night. But I could do with one of those cameras, you know, and anybody knocks on your door, you can see who it is. So if I'd realised it was Dot, I wouldn't have answered the door because I know what she's like. So anyway, I didn't get any more. I think I had stitched the one side of the cardigan. I had stitched both sleeves on, and I had stitched up one side in one sleeve, and I had the other side in the sleeve to do, and then put the buttons on and, you know, fastening all the ends and all that. And I did that this morning instead of what I normally do. So I've got it all packed up ready. But I have made a little video wearing it just to show you what it's going to look like. But you do have to bear in mind that I'm a lot larger than this lady. The lady wanted a 36-inch cardigan. Well, I knit it to 38 where I do. I had a couple of inches extra. When I do mine are 40, but they measure 42, so it just fits where it touches. So I'm going to stop this video and I'll let you see that little bit that I made with that on. Well, everyone, I'm modelling Sue's cardigan, but you have to bear in mind that all my cardigans measure 42 inches when they're finished. So this was a 36 inches, that measures 38 inches. So as you can see, there's quite a gap. I can't stretch it to pull it, you know, but I'd have to stretch it to fasten it on me, so I'm not going to do that. But as you can see, it's a good length. It's the length that I like. And the sleeves are my length, sleeves too, which the sleeves I knitted until 17.5 inches. Usually when you knit that length and then you sew them up, they usually measure 18 inches. When you've sewn them up, you get a little bit extra. How that works out, I don't know, but I knitted to 17.5 inches. So this is how Sue's cardigans come out, just for anyone that would like to see. I've moved my laptop around the room so you could get a better view of it. So I will be walking over to the post office later on this afternoon to post this off to Sue. So that's what the cardigan looks like. But I have put a picture on my Instagram and Facebook, just a picture of the cardigan. I laid it down on my bed on top of, there's a big crochet blanket I have on my bed on top of my quilt. I laid it down on top of that and took a picture of it for to put up onto Facebook and Instagram. So if anybody knows where my Facebook and Instagram is, you can see a picture of it there on the... So anyway, I didn't get anything more done when I came in last night. We were a little bit late with the bingo and it was about nearly 11:15, I think, by the time I got home, because the lady that usually calls the bingo was on holiday and one other gentleman was calling it. He's done it before, but he hasn't done it for quite a while and he got a little bit mixed up, and they have a thing where they don't have to read the numbers off the card when you call the house or a line. They just have it in a machine thing that tells them that that's a line or it's a house. And they couldn't get it to work properly at first, so it took quite a lot longer for the bingo. So I didn't get much done last night when I got in. And I wasn't doing any sewing anyway, because I don't do sewing even at night time, because I can't sew with an artificial light. But anyway, I'll just put that down on my knee a minute. I did, while I was at the bingo, I did a little bit more of that. I think I got about 4 rows done, I think. But I must have made a mistake, probably with talking as I was crocheting, and I'd done a little bit of this after I finished sewing up the cardigan for Sue. And I think I got to about the middle bit here, after I'd done a few rows, and there was like a little bump sticking up. Oh, that's not right. And when I do this pattern, you can see it. It's a very simple pattern. It's all double crochet or single crochet if you're in other countries. And all I do is 2 double crochet or single crochet into 1 stitch, miss the next stitch, 2 double crochet into the next stitch, miss the next stitch, all the way along. And that is all I do on every single row. But I think where I saw this little bump must have been the last row I did at the bingo last night. And I had to work my way around to see. I knew I had made a mistake somewhere, because that little bump shouldn't have been there. It was sort of sticking up there, like a little V came up. And I traced it back where I had done 2 stitches into 1 stitch. Instead of missing the next stitch, I had done 2 stitches into the next stitch. So I had 2 stitches together where I had done 2 stitches. So that made the little bump. So I had to pull out about 3 rows, because I'd done 3 rows when I'd done that. So that knocked me back a little bit with that. But anyway, I've sorted it out now. And because when you do that, it means you end up with an extra stitch on the end and it doesn't finish where it should finish. So it ends up, you get a little lump on that end as well. So anyway, that's what I managed, and I managed to put that right now. I've sorted out and do a little bit more of that tomorrow. And I hope I don't get no more friends knocking at my door, helping them with their knitting. That's the trouble when you're pretty good at what you do. You get people wanting you to come and put things right for them. I think I've done 18 times I've put my friend's knitting right. She sometimes brings it into the bingo with her. She's made a mistake and I have to sit during the break and put wherever right she had done wrong. I think one time she brought it in. It took me quite a while. She had put the neck on a cardigan, and it took me quite a while to realise she had put the first 3 pieces, but when she come to put the last part of the front of the cardigan, instead of picking the stitches up from here, you know, to end up here, she had started there. She had worked it the opposite way around, and she couldn't understand what she'd done wrong. Took me a little while to work it out, like, so that was all a break that time. That's kind of things like that I have to do at the bingo. But anyway, I'm doing what I can of this, and I haven't done anything else this morning. I haven't had time. Just stitching up that cardigan and putting that little bit crochet right, and so I haven't managed to do anything else. And I got to lunchtime and I had my lunch, so I'm now doing Belinda's anyway. But I'm on a little rant today as well. Has anyone ever used Marvel, the dried milk? That's what it's called in this country. I don't know what, you know, it might be a different name in other countries. But last night I used the last of my milk. I had one of my cartons. I always buy a couple of cartons just in case I run out. But I drink a lot of milk. I have milk on cereal, and I always have like something with milk of a night time before I go to bed, like Horlicks or something like that. And I used it all, so I had no milk left. And when I went out, I was going to call in one of the local shops around. Some of them are open late, to get some milk, and I thought I'll just leave it in my car on the way to bingo. But I was quite late with my friend calling in, and I didn't have time, so I thought, I'll just call in the garage on the way home. Only I forgot. I drove my car, got into the garage at home, and I just remembered as I was locking the garage up that I hadn't got any milk. So I thought, oh dear me, what can I have for a drink? I like a milk drink of a night time. So I looked in my cupboard and I remembered, I've got this tub of Marvel dried milk. Never ever used it before. I only got it for an emergency in case I didn't have any other, because I had no evaporated milk either, because sometimes I use that, just add some water to it. So I opened this tub of Marvel and read the instructions, and it said to put 4.5 tablespoonfuls to make a pint of water. Add a pint of water to that. So I thought, well, that's easy enough. I'll just do that and I'll make my Horlicks with it. So I mixed it and I made the drink, my Horlicks, but it tasted a bit funny. It didn't taste right. But I still drank it, and I thought, it's okay, I'll get some milk tomorrow when I go out. Of course, that was all I had for my breakfast. And I didn't want to put it on breakfast cereal, the dry cereal, so I thought I'll make some porridge. So I made some porridge with it, but you could taste that powdery taste. Made myself a cup of tea. I ate it anyway, it wasn't that bad. Made myself a cup of tea, poured some of it into the tea, and it was like, it sort of just settled on the bottom of the cup. And I had to drink that cup of tea with a spoon every time I had a drink. I had to stir it up in the thing. It was just settled in the bottom. It just looked like the tea without any milk in, till I gave it a stir. And I had a few drinks and put it down, and it just sunk back down again. So I don't know if anybody else has used it and had the same trouble I have, but I don't think I'll ever use it again. I'll make sure I have a couple of tins of evaporated milk, because that's what I have used before, because that's quite all right. Just add some milk to it, some water to the milk. So I didn't have a very good cup of tea, and as I haven't been out yet, I haven't had another cup of tea or cup of coffee since, but I've just had a drink of orange juice and had a bottle of lemonade, I think, in the house. I had a drink of lemonade as well, as I'm not having any more of that tea. I'm not making any coffee with it. It's horrible. Well, that's that rant over. I seem to be always on a rant these days, aren't I? And if you can see, I put my little picture. That's the little card. I make just small little cards like that one, and I put them in whenever I sell anything. Put a little card in. It's got Sheila's Crafty written across the little mouse. But I had it downstairs. I had it standing on my top of my settee, and when I cleaned, I did a better clean yesterday. You know, my Wednesdays for cleaning everywhere. I pulled the settee out because I also have a little, like a little doll thing sitting on a chair with a little table that someone sent me, with a little cup and a little coaster, tiny little coaster on the thing. And I know the picture had dropped down the back of my settee, and I never got round to pulling the settee out to get it out. And the little coaster I knocked it off one day, and the little coaster fell down as well. So that's still downstairs on my coffee table. But I pulled the settee out yesterday, and I managed to get the picture out and managed to get the little coaster out and put it on the thing. And you should have seen the fluff. It must have been off the wool going down the back of the settee. The fluff, I could have had a ball of it. I just run my hand along the back of where the skirting board was, and all the fluff off the wool must have been going down the back of the settee, and it needed a really good clean behind there. It was sticking on the back of my settee as well. I could see where it was sticking on it as well, and I had to give it a wash to get the fluff off the... Don't realise how much fluff comes off wool when you do as much knitting as I do, like. Because when I just used to knit before, I never used to notice any fluff because I wasn't knitting like I knit now, and it was all this fluff. I couldn't believe how much there was behind the settee. But anyway, I'm doing this one for Belinda, and tonight I will probably start on the one for Val. So I'll have to be getting the wool out and winding it into things for I'll start on that one. Because I do have one or two, and I have one or two more of the phone pouches to do, and one or two more the bowls, like these sort of things I have to do. I think I've got a set to do for Emma, and she wants a bag as well. So once I finish this set of the set of 4 little phone pouches, I think Emma's was next after that. So I'll have to check my book to see who's next. So that's my little bit for today. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time, and I may have more to show you next time. So bye for now.